My grandpa was watching a movie last night, and I asked him to turn it off so that I could talk to him about how and why it was and why I didn't want him to watch it in front of me. He told me that I shouldn't be upset about other people's actions. Okay, so you know what? I backed his car out of the garage, and I'm not going to put it back in. As my action, I'm going to leave it out there, and I'm going to see if it bothers him. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to play Hot Girl Bummer, and I'm going to play that as loud as I want, whenever I want, at whatever time of day I want. Does that affect you? Oh, and now I can't live here, so that's fun.
Fam, let me get this straight. Her grandfather was watching a movie he wanted to watch in his own home, and this adult female grandchild, who he graciously permitted to reside in his home, wanted to dictate to him what he could and could not watch? Did I get that right? It didn't sound like he insulted her. It sounds like he just wanted to be left alone to watch his movie. What is worse is she lashed out like some immature teenager and at the end tries to play the victim card. This queen needs to understand her actions have consequences, and you get no sympathy for acting like a jerk in someone else's home. That old man could watch reruns of The Golden Girls, Gilligan's Island, and Different Strokes all day while you get zero say in it. Let me just say, respect is earned, not given, no matter which gender you are. Moving on.
Yes, you are. If you are a man and you have friends who make comments, derogatory comments, objectifying comments about women, and you do not call them out on it, you are contributing to rape culture, and rape culture is your fault. End of story, end of discussion, and I blame you wholeheartedly for it. And you know why? Because you have the opportunity to stop it before it gets to women. Because every time one of your buddies makes a comment and you don't say something, you're telling him that that is okay. And then that builds up over time, and then eventually he assaults somebody. You could have stopped it. You could have told him that that sort of behavior and thinking towards women is not okay, and you didn't stop it. And as far as I'm concerned, you're an accessory to that assault.
Fam, it is amazing how this queen made a direct line from a comment to a violation culture, all based on the gender you were born into. Using her own logic, if she doesn't constantly speak out against each and every infraction someone born into her gender makes, she is, and I quote,
"It's your fault. End of story. End of discussion. And I blame you wholeheartedly for it."
I ask, how high does your IQ have to be if you literally claim that a person saying something you don't agree with will unequivocally lead straight into committing a crime? Fam, this is a gold medal attempt at the Victim Olympics. Ladies, for as much as you want to shame men to think a certain way where you can paint yourselves as some kind of grand casualty, it rarely, if ever, works. And trust me, when I say the ones it works on are usually some beta imp orbiter that actually thinks by him acting the way you want, somehow you will eventually give him a chance at a relationship. Yeah, most times those guys have to wait until Chad/Tyrone have finished having their fun so they can have at the leftovers. Moving on.
I hate the men that hate women. I hate the men that will see a girl crying her eyes out, being like, this dude cheated on me, he said this to me, he did this, he's not treating me well, and will still blame the women. They will be like, you know what, you're the one that chose him, so choose a better partner next time. Why don't you be a little bit more pickier? But then when women are picky, you're being too picky, and that's why you're getting hurt, and that's why you can't find anyone. Lower your standards, like you're not all that. So it's like everything that women do is a freaking problem. They will always get blamed. So those are the men that I hate.
Hold up there, queen. You despise accountability? Or should I say men who hold you accountable for your choices? And since when is a man who says you are the one who chose him equal to anyone? Queen, just because you don't like him stating the obvious, it isn't equal to
misogyny.
And women aren't picky. They just ignore an average guy who would be faithful to her and wait for a top 20% guy to wife her up. Let alone the fact that an HVM probably will not be monogamous to her.
That's not what she meant. She meant all men blame women for everything that goes wrong in a relationship, you misogynist gorilla.
Oh really? To the single ladies who agree with this, tell me something. What's the name of your pharmacist? Describe your mailman. Describe one guy who works at your local market.
What does that have to do with anything?
The point is, average faithful men are invisible to most women. And that is what is meant by picking better instead of waiting for Chad/Tyrone to hit you up. Moving on.
Just taking my dog out to go potty, as one does. And so I, hobble out there just because that's the mood I'm in. And I'm, like, my dogs are pooping. I have horrible posture. I'm leaning over like this, just waiting for them to be done. And a man across the way rolls down his truck window and whistles. At this, I'm not saying catcalling is ever good. It's always harassment. Sometimes I understand the context of catcalling when I'm at least feeling really good.
Fam, how was she 100% certain he was whistling at her? I'm serious. I mean, all she said was that he rolled down his window and whistled. It could be possible he was whistling at someone or something else. Ladies, it may surprise you, but men will whistle at cars, at a pair of shoes, even at a boat. But let's say he did whistle at her. His crime is doing it when she wasn't feeling 100% awesome about herself. Someone call a wambulance. We have a snowflake melting stat.
You obnoxious gorilla! Catcalling is horrible and should be illegal!
Oh, really? I think you meant to say it should be illegal for ugly guys to do it. It's okay and appreciated when Chad/Tyrone does it. In fact, if they don't do it, some of you ladies will call them not straight.
About like my outfit or whatever I'm rocking, and I'm like, okay, I still don't want this harassment, but I can at least expect it. I can brace myself. It's a sad existence as a woman, okay? I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's the reality. This warranted a whistle from Mr. Truckman? I don't get, I'm never going outside again.
Oh, if she is rocking an outfit, she doesn't want it, but at least expects catcalling? I dare say she forgot to add,
I don't want it from anyone who isn't at least 6 feet / 1.83 meters tall, has six-pack abs, and drives a $50,000 car.
Fam, is it me or did it seem like her dog was also tired of hearing her rant? Ladies, I'm not trying to be cruel here. I'm just pointing out how hard this young queen is trying to paint herself like a victim. Do you get a silver medal for posting an internet video complaining about being whistled at for wearing a comic book shirt and white shorts in the Oppression Olympics? I mean, did the pink-haired judges add any additional requirements to score a perfect 10? I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.